Burns, he would have enjoyed this. He would have enjoyed a good, solid night out. He was a bit of a lad.
Yeah.
He certainly wouldn't have been poncing around and talking about, can you say poncing? Probably not.
Action.
Right, so we're going to have some Scottish whiskey in honour of...
Robbie Burns.
Robbie Burns.
Now, I'm going to level with you, Tom. I'm not a massive fan of Burns, and I think that if it was in any other month of the year, it wouldn't be such a big deal. I just think people get to the end of January and they're desperate to go to a party, and Burns Night will do.
I think the problem with Burns Night is it's not a true reflection of Robbie Burns.
No.
And the character he was. It's become a bit sort of
twee,
staid and twee.
Especially when it's done by English people who pretend to be Scottish. And there's the wee address you to the lassies and the haggis and the music. I mean, the bagpipes does sound like a fire in a pet shop.
Yeah, it's a nasty sound.
It's awful.
It's a nasty sound. But he did love his whiskey. He was a great character, a great writer. And actually, people have gone back and looked at how his whiskey drinking would have evolved around that time. And he had whiskies from the Highlands, from Speyside. He was a very eclectic whiskey drinker.
Well, he was not monogamous in his drinking. He drank everything, and he wasn't monogamous in his love life either. In fact, that's one of the reasons he was a big advocate of the kilt.
Yes.
But he had 12 children.
He did have 12 children, not necessarily. Well, no, I mean, that's okay.
That was okay. Back then, different times, Tom.
Different times.
Different times.
And he liked his whiskey, but back then in the 1700s, the whiskey would have been really quite
rough.
ropey stuff. And in fact, after he died, we have John Walker, the great Johnny Walker whiskey setting up in 1820, and around that time the whiskies were so bad that actually he decided to blend them, didn't he? And some people say to us, is blended whiskey a bit shit? No, it's not.
Those people who say blended whiskies are blends,
yeah, because actually blended whiskey gives us the whole Scotch whiskey phenomenon. Single malt whiskey wasn't really a big thing until about 40 years ago. And Johnny Walker Black Label is, in terms of the price of it, this is one of the really, affordable, brilliant blended whiskies, using some of the great single malts put together with a grain whiskey.
And a grain whiskey is like a kind of blank canvas, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a tabula rasa on which they lay all the other lovely single malts on top of it.
Yeah, exactly. And John Walker recognised that. He saw that single malt whiskies was pretty poor. He had a little corner shop, and in there there's a top shelf gentleman's pamphlets.
Yeah.
He also started blending these single malt whiskies, and that's what we've ended up with today. And it is a fantastic.
And his son inherited the business. Well, he started it. He got an inheritance of 14, decided to open a shop. I would have spunked it on gentleman's pamphlets. And his son had the very, very shrewd idea of changing the shape of the bottle, because what he realised is that when they were exporting whiskey all over the world by that point, and he turned it into a square bottle.
He did.
Which meant that you could get more in a case than round bottles, thus saving money, which, as we know, is a Scottish national pastime.
So Scottish, isn't it?
Yeah.
So there you go. Burns, he would have enjoyed this. He would have enjoyed a good, solid night out. He was a bit of a lad. He certainly wouldn't have been poncing around and talking about, can you say poncing? Probably not. Probably not. He would have been tarting around.
Well, I just say you would have found the whole Burns Night, if it had been he was more like Springsteen, Dylan. He was much more bawdy than Wordsworth and Shakespeare. He wrote loads of rude stuff, and he would have been a proper full-on night out. Yeah. He's more like Bon Scott from AC/DC, who died in a Renault 5 after drinking too much vodka. Drink less, drink better. Anyway,
there we go.
Anyway, also he was a tax collector. Wasn't he?
Was, but he never
took a penny from distillers.
No.
So
there we go. Cheers to Robbie and to John Walker.
Yeah, nice one. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we enjoyed making that last wonderful video. Did you enjoy it, Tom?
I enjoyed it immensely, and if you like them, then please do like them and subscribe and watch the next video, which we can
come out here or there. Who knows? Just click on it, will you?
Again, do it again.